Treasury Star Parade. Produced under the personal direction of William A. Beecher, with Mr. Henry Hull, Al Goodman, his orchestra and chorus, and the great American pianist, Mr. Edward Kalenier.
This is Henry Hull, ladies and gentlemen, once again privileged to act as your master of ceremonies on the Treasury Star Parade. Just a little to one side of me here in the studio, seated at the piano, is a slim, handsome fellow, his face lit with the dark, burning intensity of the idealist, and the fingers on the keys are the strong, fine fingers of an artist. Listen closely to his music, for it has a story to tell. Edward Kalenier was born in Philadelphia 27 years ago, was taken abroad at an early age to study, and his genius has been acclaimed in all the great capitals of Europe. He was there when the Holocaust came. Edward Kalenier watched darkness shroud the Europe he loved, saw cherished freedoms fall before Hitler's conquering armies. Listen to his music well, for it has a story to tell.
I saw the lights go out in Europe, one by one. Europe, once crowned with great music, her feet rooted in the rich dust of the men who wrote it, Chopin, Beethoven, Mozart, Liszt. Europe before Nuremberg, before Dachau, Buchenwald, Munich. Europe before the burning of the books. Europe before the Antichrist.
Seek not the face of God. Listen to no music of the men of impure blood, for there shall be no music but mine. The sweet hum of Heinkels, a roar of Messerschmitts, a blasting of Stukas, the bombs screaming to earth, the pounding of great guns across the channel, the bursting of shells, the moans of the stricken, the unbearable agony of the bereaved, and the silence of great cities. And the flames have died, and life is gone.
Yes, that is Hitler's music. We recognized it, Mr. Kalenier.
But they did not. Not until it was too late. There was a sickness in Europe, Mr. Hull. A Nazi sickness. The creeping shadow none of us recognized because Hitler was so cunning. Always lulling the peoples of the country he was to conquer by promising he would never cross their borders. But one by one, the lights went out in Europe. First in Germany, in Hungary, in Austria. Were you ever in Austria, Mr. Hull?
Oh, yes. Yes, beautiful Vienna. I loved it.
Wien. I was there when she was fair, when Vienna was at peace. The gay cosmopolitans at the Staats Opera, L'Hotel Imperial, always full of famous musicians, singers, writers, and the beautiful countryside with the brightly costumed boys and girls. Ah, Wien. Then Hitler came into power. People gathered in the streets to hear the loudspeakers, voices from Germany. But all here was still calm. I remember a boy and girl standing near me on the Ringstrasse in the moonlight. They were in love.
Is not the moon beautiful, Helmut?
There will be other moons, Elsa.
The night is so warm and soft.
There will be other nights.
Oh, Helmut.
I love you, Elsa.
The people dying.
They know, dearest, this is the end.
And then the voices came from Germany.
Hitler takes the Rhineland. Plebiscite in the Saar. Hitler promises unity with the Reich for all German nationals.
What is he saying?
Internal strife in Austria. Bloodshed on the Schuschnigg.
Don't listen, Helmut.
We must save our German nationals.
We are the German nationals, Elsa. He speaks to us.
Lies! All lies, Helmut. We are Austrians. We want to remain Austrians.
Austria is rotten with bankers. Austria is ruled by the priests. Austria must be renewed through colonization with the Reich. Anschluss!
Anschluss! Peace with honor!
Anschluss! Sign up.
We are Germans too! It means peace!
It means slavery.
Oh, don't be stupid, Elsa. It means prosperity.
Divide and conquer.
Did you hear that voice, my friends? Remember it well. I was to hear that voice often. Divide and conquer. But none listened until it was too late. Dollfuss had been murdered. Schuschnigg went to Berchtesgaden and was betrayed by Hitler. The Germans marched into Vienna. That is Hitler's music. The music of internal strife. The music that put out the lights in Austria. But in Poland, the light still shone. Poland did not want war. There was music played and opera sung, and love and mating, and the grass sprung from earth that was not yet a bloodied earth. But Hitler sat in Berchtesgaden like a fat spider, sprawled and waiting as he had waited for Schuschnigg, for Horthy, for Chamberlain, for Munich. The world was sold to Hitler on that day, but no one knew it. Only the starving, hunted refugees of Europe began dimly to see Hitler's plan through the darkness into which he had plunged them. For there was no more peace. Only a world waiting with tortured nerves for Hitler's next speech. Screaming lies, dripping venom.
Sudeten Germans persecuted.
Lies.
But Hitler wants Czechoslovakia.
German minorities in Poland slaughtered.
Lies. But Hitler wants Danzig in the Polish corridor.
Poland is our enemy. She's arming against us.
Lies.
Hitler wants the world.
That is Hitler's music, the music of lies and treachery. Music that was to put out the lights in Poland. But they did not hear it in Paris. The birds still sang in the gardens of the Luxembourg. Bookstalls still open on the Rive Gauche. The flower market at the Madeleine riotous with color. Complacent men and women at the opera and the theater.
Hitler will never cross the Maginot Line.
Then the radio screamed the news from Poland.
Bombing in Krakow. Murder in Lodz. Slaughter in Warsaw.
Poland was unprepared. One of my friends, Jan, a musician, was Polish. Jan sat staring like a man gone mad.
Unprepared. Yes, Poland was unprepared. For treachery. For murder. I just got news from Warsaw. They fought like madmen in Warsaw. From housetops, from doorways. Do you know what incendiary bombs are? Can you be prepared for them? Do you know what they do to the houses and people in them? The Germans slaughtered my people. My little brother was 12 in parochial school. The priest took the boys into the church for sanctuary. The Germans came and dragged them out. The priest pleaded with them. This was their answer.
Soak earth with blood. We will rise again.
But Hitler will never bomb Paris. We have our Maginot Line.
They spoke so till the trains began to come from Belgium, from ruined Brussels, from wrecked Amsterdam. Refugees fleeing from Hitler's mad music and Hitler's death. Bewildered faces, bloody faces. Hitler had indeed left them nothing but their eyes to weep with. But now those eyes were dry. Eyes that had seen bombed homes, men killed, children maimed, skies filled with hell and earth with fury. Eyes asking, why? Why?
Why? Why was not the bridge on the mirrors blown up? Divide and conquer.
Why was the fortress of Aben Isle taken?
Divide and conquer. How was the great fortress of Liège lost?
Divide and conquer.
How did the Germans break through at Sedan?
Why did King Leopold surrender?
The Belgians have deserted France.
What of the Maginot Line?
The British are fleeing to England in safety from Dunkerque.
What of the Maginot Line?
The Germans are nearing Paris.
The Maginot Line is broken. Who has betrayed us?
Your generals betrayed you. Your officers betrayed you. Your government betrayed you. Your allies betrayed you.
That is Hitler's music. It put out the lights in France. But in London, they heard it faintly.
Hitler will never bomb England.
They bombed the palace of the king and queen. They bombed the hovels of the beggars in London. They blasted the churches, laid waste the fields, and made a holy name of Coventry. The man of God stood there amidst the rubble, amidst the numb children and the crazed mothers, and the grim men with burnt-out eyes. Over one long grave for all those broken dead he spoke.
Do not despair, people of England. Do not yield. We will build again. Our hearts will heal again. Hitler destroyed our homes, but not our freedom. Hitler destroyed our churches, but not our God. We bow our heads, but only in prayer.
Hear, all ye oppressed of the earth. Listen to our music and our promise. Hitler will put out no more lights in our world. With our torch of liberty, we will rekindle those lights that Hitler dimmed. Salve for the wounded, food for the famished, sight for the blinded, pity for the vanquished, clear voice for those whose anguish leaves them dumb. In our vast orchestra of many peoples, fierce in their united strength, all of your silenced music will be sung again, more powerful than the music of your foes, blending in one triumphant symphony, proud and strong.
Hang on to your lights, America. They're the only lights left in the world. Keep them burning. Answer your war bond quota call. Americans all over the country are answering that call. They're giving at least 10% of their total incomes to purchasing war bonds and stamps, because they know that it must be done if we are to win this war. Have you enrolled? This is your call, too. This is your duty as an American. Invest 10% or more of your total income in salary, in rents, in dividends, from whatever source, in war savings bonds. Because every dollar you invest in United States war savings bonds, you invest in the future of America. Remember, this is your country. Keep it yours. The United States Treasury Department thanks the distinguished artists who gave their talents to this transcribed performance. The dynamic young American pianist, Edward Kaleny, who saw the lights go out in Europe and so faithfully reproduced the scene for us. And Mr. Henry Howell, who acts as our master of ceremonies. The orchestra and chorus were under the direction of Al Goodman, writing by Malcolm Meacham and Violet Atkins, production by William A. Baker. This is Larry Elliott speaking.